What's up, guys? BrownieBits here, and today we are back in BrownieLand for a brand new episode. Today, I have a really fun plan for us. Basically, today is, I think, going to be the last, official build of Raisley. Yeah, I think today's going to be the last official build. So basically, I think we have like one or two more houses or areas for houses, and then like finishing up the roads, making sure they all make sense and that there's no real like true dead ends that should be going somewhere but don't, all that. And then making sure everything looks pretty, like trees and grass and everything, making sure it's all detailed out, looking very nice. I'm not counting any of that as official builds because those are just kind of the final little touches on this. The official builds are going to be like major buildings, like for instance, this Collegium or some of the temples that we have here. Anything like that. This big this thing here, not counting either because there's still a lot to do up here. Just haven't gotten to it quite yet. But yeah, I'm not counting this as part of the city officially. Like, I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's kind of its own thing, separate from the city. And we'll explore that with the lore. But yeah, so like as far as temples go and that type of stuff, I think this is going to be the last big build, the last major build of Raisley, and I'm super excited about this because if you look, so if we were to come up over here, wait a minute, this is new. So if we come up over here, this has been flattened out, and I've actually kind of extended this. It doesn't look very good, in all honesty. I'll have to come and play with it a little bit more, but it's how I need it now. So this is kind of basically how it's going to need to be. I think this is fine as far as flattening it out and everything. But what we have here, I'll just come over here real fast and show you. So we actually have a stairwell down that's going to connect up with everything else. I don't think I'm going to take this around this side. I think it just runs into the mountain too much. So we're going to leave it as far as this goes and slide around that way. But now you have a way to get from one side of the city without going over the little pond there and anything else. And then you also have a way to get up to the amphitheater from that side without going, across all that, which is going to be really nice. It's going to add a lot to being able to walk. But one major thing that I think is important in developing this city the way I want it to, because the idea is that this city, the religions here, especially this one here, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but this one here is very, very schooling appropriated. Basically, they follow the idea that schooling is the most important thing you can do. So learning about your religion, learning about the god, the ocean god, the god, or I guess really it's called the guardian, and learning about where your beliefs come from and all of that, and then also learning about the world itself, because this is a very scientific religion. They believe that, and essentially they believe that all living creatures, all living things came out of the ocean, and that in the ocean is the guardian or the spirit, the god that watches over everyone, and he is in the ocean. So basically everything comes from the ocean. And so that's what they worship with that. But this is a very, very scientific religion, meaning they pay attention to how the world works, and they learn and they teach about how the world works. And they really want you to basically learn about all of that. So they have this university kind of set up here, this college. And I really want to set this up, make it look pretty. And then up here, I haven't gotten this laid out yet. Just for the record, I haven't gotten this up here laid out, but I would love to have some sort of observatory up here because they look out at all those beautiful stars. and they want to know why those are there, and what's going on. So I think that is a good project for today. The sun is setting though, so I need to take a nap, and then need to make sure I've got everything kind of gathered up, lay out the observatory up here, and then I think we might have like 1 or 2 more buildings down here as well. But let's go ahead and get this started and finished, or get started on this. I will take a nap, and I will be right back. Those don't go in there. Welcome back, everybody. Do I have room in here? I don't have room for all of it, but I can fit most of it. So I've got this building kind of built up here. This is not the finished product whatsoever. It's not going to be this solid thing of prismarine bricks. That's not going to happen. Don't worry. There's going to be windows. There's going to be designs and everything like that. We will we'll get some variations and everything in here, but I wanted to show you kind of the idea that I have. So obviously 2 blocks up, because we want it to kind of have that grandeur where you have to walk up a little bit to it. So we've got that, and then if you come over here, we have this little walkway up here that reveals we have 1, we have 2, and 3 buildings laid out up here. Now the reason I want these 3 buildings, I want this to be like a classroom hall. So this is going to be a large one. It's going to basically, you're going to walk in, you're going to have 2 blocks, and then it's going to be seating going down, 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 down. So and then you're going to have like 3 or 4 blocks worth of space up here for the teacher to teach at. Same thing goes for this one right up here. So we're going to have basically these halls where they can do it. They can be taught in. So these are going to be massive classrooms. There's going to be classrooms in that building there as well. I thought about adding 1 more, kind of like an administrative building of sorts, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Yeah, so that would be like 1 additional building, maybe 1 down there too, but I'm not too worried about that right now. We can always add that another time. Like I said, these are the main buildings that I want in here. And then this one here, like I was saying, now we're going to have to chop down these trees. But like I was saying, or at least that one there, like I was saying, this is a very science heavy, religion for the ocean monument. So with that being said, they really study everything. They look up at the stars. So this is going to be the observatory, and it's going to be this big cylindrical building that goes up fairly tall. I want this to be kind of the tallest portion building here in this area, not counting the Collegium, of course, but this is going to be a very tall cylindrical building, and it's going to have kind of a domed roof, and I think it's going to look pretty cool if I can translate it into into Minecraft from my brain. But what I want to do right now is I want to work on this and kind of get you involved in how I want this to look. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to grab 2 of these. We're going to come in here, craft up the logs, and then we're going to craft up a ton of spruce trapdoors. We need all the trapdoors, all of them. And my phone just vibrated. Goodness. And it's nothing. Ooh, very nice. How about that? Okay. Sorry. All right. So what we want, my drawing is not open here. So what we want is, actually, I'll just keep it down here like this. I may come back and change the floor. I don't know exactly how I want to do it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we want 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then this one is going to break. And then we're basically going to go all the way across here like so. And then let's make sure this is all same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so this one here, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure before I started placing it down. So what we're going to be doing with this is these are going to be the walls. And the reason I want to do that is I want it to have as much room as possible. And in these hallways, because this is what these are right here, it's going to be a 3 block, as you can see here. It becomes virtually a 3 block. But in the hallways, there's not going to be much. Let's see. And then this is, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need, and then what I'm going to try to do is that. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to do this here real fast. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. The same idea is going to be on the second floor as well, and then we'll put in the ceiling here. Although the rooms here might be a little different. I haven't decided exactly how I want the second floor to be. But that, you know, there you go. So, let me go ahead and get this done, and I will be right back once we kind of have an idea of how we're going to do this. I don't know if I want the floor to be the same color as the walls. We will have to see. Because, yeah, reasons. I'm going to do this here real fast because that's where... Yeah, okay. So, let me go ahead and get this done, and I will be right back. Welcome back, guys. So, whoa, jeez. Can I please do oh my gosh. I'm so bad at this game. So, basically, what I'm doing right now, just getting the roof on here. I think what we're going to do is something like the building for the Senate, the Curia, the roof of that, because this is such a solid building, you know, such a solid roof that we want to do something different. So I think we're going to try and do something like that. Don't know exactly how I'm going to pull it off based off of how I've designed this roof so far, but we'll see. We will have to see. So what we have going on here is just a normal pitched roof. Nothing too fancy with this. Not like the shallow pitches, anything like this. This is just a one up or half up, half over type of roof. So nothing too crazy like that. And it's just stairs. Just a standard pitch, nothing too crazy. Let's see here. Okay. And then we're just going to go over and do this again. What I also want to talk about here real fast as we're doing this, I need to eat. I'm hungry and kind of shaking a little bit, you know, just getting a little shaking going. I've got this started. I need more of these. I am almost out because that building took up so many. And then we're going to have to do this and this. I think I'm going to do these off camera or in a stream. Not too worried. As of right now, I'm already about an hour late for this video. So I'm sorry that this video is coming out late. Don't really have any choice about it. So, it's just going to have to be that way. I'm sorry, but I decided I wanted to sleep rather than record last night. Silly me. All right. Well, basically, all I have to do is get this roof done and get the extra blocks for that. I think these two, that one and that one, I think I'm going to do those. The prismarine, just the regular prismarine as the main block. Just to differentiate, make it look a little bit more different, yet similar. So I think we're going to do that. It'll be a nice addition, I believe, is what you could call it. But yeah, so that's what the plan is as far as that goes. I just have to get this done. Yeah. And then we have a new video coming out tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Excuse me. New video coming out, and it's going to be the lore video for the city. This is kind of why I'm doing a lot of episodes right in a row. I need to get the city virtually done. So you'll see this video come out, and it'll be a whole lot better. Yeah. And then we can move on to the next thing, because the next week will be BrownieBits, and I want to get a lot of that finished. There's still a ton to do. in that. But that way we could do, or you know what, I could do, you know, another story depending on how much time I actually have. We'll see, but I definitely want to get this the lore video out for Raisley, and yeah, I really strongly want to get that lore video out because there's a lot to Raisley. It's a very historic city in the sense that it's been kind of back and forth. Oopsie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that back. Ooh, I did. Very nice. It's a very historic city. It's had, so I don't really want to give too much away, but basically the two groups that founded this city were at war for a very long time, and it never ended up becoming battling, but it was a very brutal back and forth. They very much despised each other. They did do some destroying of buildings and such. But yeah, so it was very brutal back and forth, and it did not equate very well to the rest of the territory, which is then, so yeah, basically the rest of the territory took interest in this situation, and they basically said, hey, stop that, because we can't have you guys battling when we're battling, you know, elsewhere, and we need all the help we can get. So it's important. It was important for them to kind of stop. The two groups still do not like each other to this day, but they're on virtually speaking terms. That's about it. You know, there's not much that they have that they like about each other. And it's purely because of the structures of both of these groups. So it's kind of an interesting storyline, and I really, really like it. I've had a lot of fun building that lore and kind of developing it. So I wanted to make sure that I had that kind of structured the way I wanted it to be. So with that being said, I've got just a little bit more to do on this roof, and then we'll go and basically get that whole thing figured out. What I also want to do is, yeah, I think we're not going to worry too much about the roof design. Like, we're going to leave it like this, but what I want to do is something along these lines. So let's go over here. Okay. So I want to do something along these lines where we have these blocks go up. And this is a, okay. That's not too bad. That could be done. That could easily be done. Okay. That's a lot different than what I was thinking it was. So that's very, very achievable with this. And I think that's going to work because we're thinking like a lot of these buildings are made in a certain way. So we want, we want to make sure that everything is represented the way it needs to be. Whoops, I just lost the stair. That's fine. That's not that big of a deal. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Let me go ahead and head out and grab a comment of the day. I don't remember. Did anybody... I'm going to have to check and see. Look real fast. I don't know if anybody commented on the last video. I can't remember. I do appreciate everybody that's... look at you. I'm going to have to go in there and light it up. This is a mob farm for sure. I do appreciate everybody that watches my videos and appreciate all of the comments. You guys are awesome. And the community around me is just phenomenal. You guys are just fantastic. Let me go ahead and bring this up here real fast. I had a lot more views than I thought I did. How about that? Whoops. Sorry, my loading is not doing very well. Yes. Yes, so I do have to go grab that comment real fast, but I will be right back after that. So give me 1 second, and we will be back. Whoops. All right, guys, and welcome back. And even though this is not done entirely, I think as far as the structure goes and the idea of what we want to do in this area has been kind of completed. I will work on this and try to get this whole thing done for the episode that comes out as far as the lore goes. We also have a lot of work to do as far as getting this whole area looking pretty and getting it all lit up properly. So there's still a lot left to be done on this, but I think as far as this episode goes, because I've ran out of time, unfortunately, that's an interesting thing. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. So let me go ahead and get the comment of the day, and it comes from Sunfire as well. Again, thank you so much for your comments, dude. You are clutch. It says, or he says, interesting. I like the idea of a main god with lesser deities below it, like a managerial committee. Yes, I really think it's going to help us as far as getting all of these different gods, because 5 main gods could, you could do that and pray to specific, to the one of the 5 main gods, but having a specific god to pray to, I think, is going to add a lot more depth. And I just really like the suggestions from you, Sunfire, in the last commented episode. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it as well. I've got so much crap. This stuff needs to be taken care of real bad. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed and want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But guys, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.